Hey Tony, it's Thursday. And first off, to answer your question of the week, I already pretty much touched on this on Monday, in which I thought the game was overall pretty fun. I thought you might have had too many dice rolls, too many checks, and I thought your difficulty class on a lot of those checks was a little bit high. But otherwise, those are my only minor complaints. I had a good time. I'm looking forward to playing the game, and I'm looking forward to see where the story goes. So what I want to talk about this week is actually somewhat related to something you said in your video. Shocking, I know, because usually I talk about something completely different. But this time I thought that one of your comments really kind of rung true, and that was when you mentioned that you're not sure if your regular game is going to happen again because a lot of your friends who are in that are going to be leaving Ohio, leaving Kent, and going elsewhere. And that really kind of struck a chord in me, and also showed me just how different we are in our spots in life now. Because I think of like when I was 23, I was in law school and I didn't know where I was going to be in 2 years. I didn't know where I was going to be in 5 years. And it's been kind of interesting to see where we are. Because I remember being, 20, 21, 22, 23, and having a lot of friends who I really consider to be really close friends who we all just kind of we went our own separate ways. And that's just kind of a thing about growing up in a way. Like you're not gonna have like generally you're not gonna have your high school friends live around you your entire life because they go somewhere, you go somewhere, and you'll still meet up occasionally. I mean, I still talk with Kent occasionally, but it's something different and kind of makes me realize where I'm at in life compared to you. And that's just like where I'm in life. I finished school, I'm married, I have a house with seven wonderfully annoying pets. I love them all, but they can be a trip sometimes. And that just wasn't me when I was 23. In 23, I was, granted, I was an unusual 23-year-old in the fact that I was in law school because most law students aren't that young, but it's still really different to today. Now, I'd never have any worries about my groups all going separate ways just because we're all older, more established, and have less mobility in a lot of ways. So, because I know, like, at least for me personally, I love Massachusetts. I don't plan on leaving Massachusetts, and I really love Western Massachusetts. I, granted, if I get like a great job in like Boston or something, or like a great job in Vermont, sure. You know what? Yeah, we'll talk about moving then. But at least where I'm at now, at age 28, going on 29, I feel stable for I think is probably the best word for it, and that's not a feeling I'm used to. I mean, like we've moved a few times the past couple of years, but our moves have basically been no more than 20 minutes away. And that's just kind of unless there's like one big major move in the future, that's how I see life maintaining is yeah, I'll certainly move a few more times till I get, the final house or the place I retire, but it's going to be small moves. It's going to be maybe just an hour one way or another, and that's kind of different. And even more, like my friends that I have here are friends similar to how mom and dad with their friends have been friends for decades now and have no real intention of leaving. I mean, some of my closest friends I've been friends with for many years now, and we're all in, if not similar places in life, at least we're in places where we're kind of comfortable. I think it might be the best term for it. And that's a really weird feeling, and it just lets me know compared to everything else that I'm getting older. And I mean, I'm you see the meme all the time of I'm somewhere stuck between I'm still young and I'm almost 30. And I've laughed at it for a couple of years, but I'm like, wait, I'm turning 29 this year. Am I still young? And then next year when I turn 30, it's going to be even worse. But it's life is weird, time is weird, and it's kind of weird being in a stable situation. I have a job that I make decent money at that I don't that I like. I don't like the hours sometimes, but that's just because we're really busy. But it's comfortable. I'm an attorney in two states, so that's comfortable. And it's it's not by any stretch a crossroads or an end of an era for me, because I think the end of the era for me was really when I got licensed in Massachusetts. That was the real end of the young, not sure what he wants to do, Josh, to the much, if not physically older, mentally older of, okay, this is what I am and this is what I do. And that's also something that is fairly recent. Like I only got licensed in Mass 2 years ago. Not even. It's been a year and a half. But I can still look at that as like a point where that was when my life drastically changed. Now there have been other sizable changes throughout the past couple of years, but like that's one where I can really look at and just go, that was the end of an era. And now I'm in the second era of my life, the larger era of my life that's going to cover, roughly the ages of 28 to retirement. And that's also kind of weird in a way of I actually have a career trajectory ahead of me, and that's not something I'm used to. But don't mind these musings from an apparently old soul. So Tony, my question for you is tell me some of the cool ideas you have for your game going forward and how long you think it's going to last. Tony, I'll talk to you later tonight, but I'll see you on Monday. Later, bro.